Imagine a minivan with a fuel economy rating of up to 26 kilometers to the liter. The 2018 Nissan Serena C27 e-Power is a game changer in the Kenyan car market. We imported one for a client, and now we're going to give you an up-close and candid review of this vehicle because it's the ultimate minivan that is versatile, economical, and stylish. And we are giving you this review because AutoConnect is the only car channel that will guarantee you an alluring motor vehicle experience. I'll be your host, Eric Wakabi, Eric with a CK. Remember, you can follow me on a personal level, Eric Wakabi, on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and Threads as well. And this was possible because of a partnership that we have with Grande Motor Imports to enable you import vehicles in a hassle-free, safe, and reliable way. Now, let's get up close and candid with the 2018 Nissan Serena e-Power. Owning a Nissan Serena has been classified as one of the ways to milk your pockets dry. In fact, most have known me for having a phrase that Nissan ni Nissan too. But what makes the Nissan Serena e-Power a special vehicle? Apart from fuel economy, there are other reasons. Well, we have known the Nissan Serena for having gearbox problems, especially the S hybrid. And before we start the review, I would like to clarify that there is a very big difference between the Nissan Serena e-Power and the Nissan Serena S hybrid. Yes, so what makes this vehicle special and not as unreliable as the siblings? Well, Nissan Serenas are known to have gearbox issues, but this vehicle is what is called an extended range electric vehicle or a series hybrid, meaning this is typically an electric vehicle that uses the engine as a generator to charge the battery pack. So in electric vehicles, there is no need for a conventional gearbox. What drives the car is what is called a single-speed transmission. Why do they have to employ a single-speed transmission? Whenever it comes to propelling an electric vehicle, electric motors produce instant torque, and so there is no need to shift gears to optimize power delivery. And the Nissan Serena e-Power is basically an electric vehicle that uses the engine to charge the battery pack. What are lithium batteries known for? We have talked about this on AutoConnect for a while now, but it's good to set it as a reminder. Lithium-ion batteries can deeply discharge. Lithium-ion batteries have an internal self-balancing mechanism, unlike the Toyota hybrid batteries that are nickel hydride batteries. Lithium-ion batteries are arguably lighter and they can last longer. So that is why this vehicle is simply more of a choice and a better option compared to the other hybrids we have in the Kenyan car market. But let's start as we normally do, the prima facie of the Nissan Serena C27 e-Power. Well, it's a looker. It boasts of a stylish modern design and it is a head turner both from the front and from the rear. It's a car that looks good from far and looks good from karibu, and it is still a car that is good. It looks the part, it plays the part, and most importantly, it plays that part reliably. You know, other Serenas can look good from far but are far from good. And now I'd like us to dive deep into the 2018 Nissan Serena e-Power and try to show you what powers it up, how much power can it produce, what sets it apart from the other minivans that we have in the Kenyan car market. There is an engine that is called the HR12 that drives the Nissan Note. And that engine is the same engine that we have under the hood of the Nissan Serena e-Power, the 2018 C27. And most people ask, how can such a small engine drive a vehicle that is this big? Because it's a 1200cc three-cylinder engine. Well, the answer is very simple. This engine is not meant to drive this vehicle. This engine is used as a generator, and it is used to charge the battery pack. And that is how this vehicle is able to achieve a fuel economy of about 26.2 kilometers to the liter. It can do more, but we are trying to just average the fuel economy figures. And you know, this is from a minivan, right? Hii ni gari kubwa, si gari ndogo. What about what drives this vehicle? Because clearly it is not the three-cylinder HR12 engine. The Serena e-Power is driven via two EM57 electric motors. And that is why it's not only economical to drive, it is also very exciting to drive. The EM57 motors are able to deliver a whopping 134 horsepower and 320 Newton meters of torque. The other advantage is it's basically an electric vehicle, so you get to enjoy instant torque from this vehicle. Tuko pamoja? How is power transmitted to the wheels? Remember, there is no mechanical connection between the engine and the wheels. So there is that single speed transmission that drives the Serena. So I told you there is no need to have gear changes in an electric vehicle to optimize power delivery, because electric motors produce instant torque. Sawa sawa. Let's continue exploring the Nissan Serena C27. Now, it has some very interesting design cues. From the side, it looks like the kawaida Nissan Serena C27, but the way to identify an e-Power, number one, the grille. The e-Power's grille has this blue finishing that tells you, yo, I'm an e-Power. The other thing is the badging. You get to have the e-Power badges on the doors and also at the rear. So that's another thing to help you identify that this is a Nissan Serena e-Power. Well, it sits on 15-inch wheels with alloys. The alloys are not standard because you can get these also in steel rims. So for us, we normally like giving the client a value for money when it comes to getting a best spec, especially for direct importation. So we got one with extra features like the side skirts and the alloy rims, and also some fancy features I'll show you when it comes to the interior of the vehicle. This is a highway star trim level of the Nissan Serena e-Power, and the highway star is not a very basic trim. Yeah, it's up there. It's among the top trims of the Nissan Serena. Now, because of the side skirts, you can see that the clearance is not that impressive. But what do we do? Auto Connect is all about solving problems. So when clearance is an issue, we offer you technical support to raise the vehicle, because we have a series of garages. We have one in Nairobi, Prince Drive Garage on Mirema First Avenue, and we also have Neon Mobility in Eldoret, in the city of Eldoret. So this can be, the ground clearance can be improved by, one, using aftermarket coil springs. Number two is increasing the profile of the tire. However, if you increase the profile of the tire and not work on the coil springs, well, the vehicle might have improved clearance, but when you sit 7 inside the vehicle, it will tend to sag, because the springs that these vehicles come with from Japan are very soft. So what we do is, these tires are very new, because we try to get the best out of the best, grade 4.5 and above. So these tires are very, very, very new. So instead of wasting them, the best solution is get coil springs that will strike a balance between comfort and also giving you a little bit of ground clearance. What about the rear of the Nissan Serena e-Power? Remember, I told you about the e-Power badging. You see, the kawaida Nissan Serena hybrid has an S hybrid badge here, and our editor Masha can put the S hybrid badge here and get to see the e-Power badge. That will help you differentiate between these two vehicles. Well, the tailgate is an innovative one. You know, with the conventional minivans, The only way to open the tailgate is this way. However, the Nissan Serena e-Power or the Nissan Serena C27 has a split tailgate, meaning you can still open the tailgate like that and access your luggage from here. Now, let's talk about the practicality of the Serena e-Power. The Nissan Serena e-Power has one advantage compared to most minivans in its category, and that is the advantage of space, making it very practical and versatile. Even with the third row of seats up, you still have sufficient space for luggage, and you can get better luggage space by retracting these seats by simply pulling that and then fold this and latch this to this part over here. If you retract the third row of seats, you get to have even more space for luggage. So if you don't have enough passengers to fill up the Serena, you can use the space that they would have actually occupied to get more luggage space, making the Serena e-Power a very versatile minivan. Now let us take a look at the interior of the Nissan Serena e-Power, because it is packed with a lot of very interesting convenience features. The Nissan Serena e-Power is very spacious inside, and I'm going to take you through some unique features that come with the Serena e-Power. And the first feature I'm going to take you through is the pilot mode. The pilot mode is basically a semi-autonomous drive that utilizes the steering assist features and the intelligent cruise control to maneuver on the highway semi-autonomously. The other button that I would like to show you on the e-Power that is quite unique is the manner mode button. The button that has an icon ya mtu amefanya. So what this button does, it minimizes the engine use to give you a quieter drive. Yeah, that's why the icon says shh. And this is possible again because the Nissan Serena e-Power is an electric vehicle that has an engine as a generator. The other interesting button is the charge button. So what does the charge button do? So when you press the charge button, the engine goes on, or the engine starts running to charge the battery pack, and you'll be able to see the battery percentage displayed on the cluster. So that's also a very intelligent mode on this Nissan Serena. There is also the parking mode, the parking assist, and a camera mode. Now the camera mode, when you press on the camera mode, you get more of a 360 degree camera to help you maneuver through tight spaces. Now you also get a heated steering for those people who live in Limuru, and the convenience of electronic sliding doors. So the door slides with the press of a button, and both of them are, actually can be opened electronically in the e-Power Highway Star trim level. Now let's look at the rear, because that is what makes the difference when it comes to a minivan. One thing you'll notice about the Nissan Serena C27 e-Power is that on the second row of seats, you only have two captain seats that are equipped with armrests for both, and this is for maximum comfort. So unlike other minivans, or most of the other minivans that you'll find a three-seater right here, on the Serena e-Power Highway Star trim level, you get two captain seats, and this is for maximum comfort. Let me demonstrate. So minivans are people carriers, and with that, you need to have a very convenient passenger space, and that is what we get on the Nissan Serena e-Power. Number one, if you're going on a road trip, or you're using your vehicle for transfers or even commuter services, you're going to need a charger so that your passengers can keep their phones on. And the Nissan Serena e-Power comes with charging ports on or for every seat. So I can charge my phone from the back of the driver's seat, and you also have that charging spot on this seat and also at the back of these two seats. So everyone has a charging spot. The other interesting feature is that it has this tray over here that you can use to put some, maybe you want to have some food, or you just want to place your phone here or place a book. It has this tray that gives that provision. Now, if you want to have a drink, you just pull down the cup holders and you have two of them. You can have one for coffee and the other one maybe for a cold drink, or even for a drink that is for people who are above the age of 18, because those are the people who would be going on road trips within the Nissan Serena e-Power. The other thing, for entertainment, it comes with a screen, and with the screen also there is a remote. One thing we do when we are importing these vehicles is that we really capitalize on getting these accessories, making sure that the client has these accessories. And what we normally do, because these things such as SD cards can be stolen, and even the tow hook covers, we prefer to ship them differently. And that is how you can see this car has a spare key, and it even has the SD card for the infotainment system, because these really get stolen. And even the remote came in separately, because most of the times these are lost when the vehicle is in transit, but they are shipped here. We get them before we get the vehicle, and then once we get the vehicle, we just put them in for the client to get to enjoy these features. So that's another reason why you should consider importing a vehicle with us, because we worry about your convenience. Now, let's talk about the third row of seats, because more often than not, the third row of seats is normally very uncomfortable and not spacious at all. So let's explore this third row of seats in the Nissan Serena e-Power. In the Nissan Serena C27, the third row of seats still has ample legroom even for adults. You see, where I'm seated, and I still have enough legroom for me to be comfortable enough. Now, the convenience features that you get on the second row of seats are the same ones that you get on the third row of seats. You get a cup holder and also a tray. Then the other interesting thing is that you also get a charging port for the guys on the third row of seats, and you have this one and you have this other one. Now, for the guys on the left hand side, they can control the door from this side. They can open the left hand side door by pressing this button over here. And now, talking about cup holders, you even have more cup holders on where you would potentially rest your arm. So these are the convenience features that come with the 2018 Nissan Serena C27 e-Power. And now, one thing about driving the Nissan Serena e-Power is that you must know how to use the driving modes. And the main reason is, you see, when you're driving this vehicle in eco mode, you look at the dash, we are in drive eco, and you let go of the accelerator pedal, it comes to an instant stop. And this is because of the regenerative braking that, on eco, the regenerative braking is so high that it is impossible to coast this car. You cannot coast when you are in eco, because the regenerative braking will bring the car to a stop. So this might be very annoying when you're driving on the highway at highway speeds. But how do you go about it? So when you're on the highway, because there is the risk of regenerative braking coming in, and you get rammed from the back by another oncoming motorist. So you just go to this button, drive mode, and put it to normal mode. So eco goes away, and you see, when you are in drive, even if I let go of the accelerator pedal, the vehicle coasts nicely. So tip number one, if you're driving a Nissan Serena on the highway, do not drive on eco, drive on normal mode. Yeah, because let me switch it back to eco, and you see the rapid braking. So let me demonstrate. So I'm accelerating the vehicle, and if I let go of the accelerator pedal on eco, this is what happens. The car comes to an instant stop. See the deceleration? But if I'm on normal mode, maybe Andy, you can show them that. If I'm on normal mode and I let go of the accelerator pedal, the vehicle coasts nicely. Yeah, so you cannot coast on eco in the Nissan Serena e-Power. So use the normal mode if you are doing some highway driving. Use eco mode if you're driving in the city, and sometimes even in the city, eco mode will be a nuisance. Na hizi matatu za Nairobi naweza gongwa nyuma. So the best mode to run on in this Nissan Serena is the normal mode. Let us talk about value for money. If you import the 2018 Nissan Serena C27 e-Power with us, it's going to get to your doorstep with a price tag of 2 million Kenya shillings. Let's compare this car to what we have in the market. The Toyota Noah Voxy Esquire family, which is way more expensive comparing it to the e-Power, especially their hybrid variants. And the e-Power is an edge higher because it is more fuel economical compared to the Toyota Noah Voxy Esquire hybrids. It is cheaper and it's even a better performer in terms of torque. Now, compare it even further to the Honda Stepwagon hybrid. It is still an edge higher in terms of fuel economy and also the initial price tag. And that is why I would say that this Nissan Serena e-Power is a game changer in the Kenyan car market. I've been your host, Eric Wakabi, Eric with a CK. I hope this has been an insightful episode. Remember, we offer services such as direct importation, local sourcing, pre-purchase inspection, and also consultation on matters cars. If you would like to import a car with us, call us on the number in the description below. And also, we value your feedback. Share your feedback about the Serena e-Power on the comment section and also on our social media platforms, Eric Okabi on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads as well. See you next week.